discussion here, moving forward with what is proposed. Do I have consensus on the senior center, both revenue and appropriations? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm concerned about the numbers on the Tuesday and Thursday. We don't have them numbers provided to us on who's actually there in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as opposed to the card players in the afternoon.
Well, the card players, I mean, we don't have anything scheduled on Monday and Wednesday afternoons. I don't see why the Tuesday and Thursday card players can't play on Monday and Wednesday afternoons. We are open, I mean, they can go back to renting it, like they did previously before we opened 5 days. But I don't, you know, our Mondays and Wednesdays are open. They have no activities after lunch.
But they have had some activities this year and they weren't well attended.
You know, Friday's the only day that it's attended is for bingo.
But I'm talking Tuesdays and Thursday mornings.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'd advocate that we let the administration manage that. Just because it gets us real in the weeds.
Okay.
Okay.
But knowing that the idea was to provide a place for folks to come for drop-in. Is that right, Karen?
Correct.
So now folks you and your team can work out you don't need us scheduling the activities.
Okay, moving on to the farmer's market, page 29. They also have a fund balance and are expecting, under the proposal, to bring in $2,800 and also expend $2,800. Because a lot of these responsibilities have been transferred to the Parks and Recreation person, spending is minimal out of this department, in Englishing, some miscellaneous dues and memberships, and bait transaction fees, which I don't think we were accounting for as much in the past. And last but not least, education and training. Any questions on this budget?
How's attendance market this year?
I also do not have those numbers in front of me.
Do you have just like a general sense, though?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Sorry. That's a Taylor question. She's the one that oversees the person that's working this.
Yeah, they shifted the time down, so I miss it.
Okay.
now.
Oh, instead of 7, it's 6:30.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Are they closed now through the winter, or getting close?
No.
I think
They
it's
have
the end
one
of
more, 2
October, so they may have one,
maybe.
left.
I
This
think there's,
Thursday, I know.
I think there's one left, and then the following Thursday is Halloween, and I
Okay.
think most of the vendors are not available on
Available.
And
Halloween,
they're
so,
closed till,
Yeah,
so I think there's
Spring.
one
You're
more.
correct, Kate. So 24th, we have one more, and then we'll be done.
yeah. So this week, yeah.
Bet there's pie there. I'll rearrange my schedule.
Did I hear him say pie?
Yes.
I do love pie.
I'm gonna write down pie.
Same.
Pie, pie. All right, hearing no questions, all those in favor of the farmer's market department budget, or fund budget, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Could Taylor get us those numbers when you
Yes,
all
she
run the
could.
Tuesday,
Yeah, we can do that.
Thursday numbers? Just as a curiosity.
We can make that happen. Moving to page 30 and the Downtown Development Authority. It is, all of the expenses have not been turned in, but we are very close to having expended all of the DDA fund balance on sidewalks in the DDA boundaries, district, thank you. I mean, it's in the name, I think I would be able to, you know, think about it, but, so we've expended or are close to expending those dollars, on sidewalk improvements. And there will not, should it all be expended, there will not be a DDA fund in the future.
We have about 47,000 in there.
It's my understanding we hadn't received, the bill from the county yet, so
Okay.
we had paid for, but we had not paid for the
Okay.
county's portion, of the bill, yeah, so. It'll be close, but I think it'll be very close to being spent.
Okay.
Questions or thoughts? Seeing none, All those in favor of the DDA fund budget as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Moving on to building and zoning, you'll see on page 31, this also has a good fund balance in there. I don't know if Jennifer can pull that number. But you do have, on
I don't-
page 31, you have
wait, I
the
probably do.
revenues, which include zoning application fees, building permits, trade permits, and other revenue, for a total of approximately $331,000.
What is other revenue?
I'm sorry?
What is other revenue? It's a lot of revenue for, Not explaining what it is.
It's the use of their fund balance
oh,
to
okay,
subsidize the department.
all right.
So in the same way, that wouldn't actually flow through.
Right.
Okay.
Moving on to page 32, you do have the salaries, and the temporary salaries for the planner and the interns in that department. Also a records retention person that has been converting a lot of the documents to electronic. The other expense that you'll see is the contractual and professional services. This is both for the services of AGS as well as legal expenses on ordinances and other things that we need legal services for. Questions on building and zoning?
So building and zoning currently has a fund balance of 203.
Based on that and seeing no questions, all those in favor of the building and zoning department, fund budget, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Moving on to drug forfeiture on page 33. This is a fund that can be utilized on drug education prevention in the Bath community. You'll see revenues of fines and forfeits of approximately $2,000 and an appropriation of the same amount in miscellaneous. Questions? Seeing none. All those in favor of the drug forfeiture fund as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. The library fund, on page 34, I will note that the treasurer has done some recalculation and correction of the activity that you're seeing appearing in red under 2024. Based on 2025, the amount that is projected under current property taxes is $390,000 approximately. And program costs, that passes through into the library from the township, also at $390,000 approximately.
And this includes the change to the fees that we were supposed to be sharing with them? Okay, great,
Yeah, the treasurer conducted all, I think.
I did an
saw
audit
all
of it.
that.
great,
Yep.
thank you.
Other questions? Seeing or hearing none, all those in favor of the library fund revenues and expenditures, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Police training. You're seeing a state grant amount for $2,100 and an education and training expense for the same amount. Questions on police training? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor of the police training revenues and expenditures, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Auto theft prevention fund. You will note, same here, you are seeing inspection fees at $2,700, and an expenditure of $10,000. For some reason, this is not balancing, and that is my fault. Oh, so that was probably, Lizzie just indicated that there was, in the past, there was an amount of other revenue, which was probably from their fund balance at 7,300, which made it both 10,000 on the revenue and the expenditure.
Okay.
I will look into that one and bring it back to you. Moving into page 37, 37 and 38 are all sewer fund. The sewer charges for services, you'll see at the top is revenue of 2.2 million. Sewer late fees at 30, tap-in fees of 50, inspections at 1,200, and then interest at 25,000 for, yeah, it's all based
Building.
on the market, and if homes are being built, which I don't think I can accurately predict at this time, but yes, if it's down, that would accurately reflect the rate, and if it was increased, obviously that's all positive for us.
Because I don't know if Miles has a lot incoming.
It's possible that we'll
25.
have, Meadowbrook and some of the other,
And
Right.
they've already started to bring those in though.
I think it's
for
gonna
this
be
year.
higher, but to be conservative in the budgeting, that's what we went with.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you were trying to be conservative or trying to be accurate.
Well, you have to think
Maybe
about
that wasn't the
selling
best
their
word
property,
to use,
you know?
but referencing our earlier conversation about police
Yeah.
uniforms.
Well, but with tap-ins, you have to think about where can a house be built that would actually tap into the public sewer? Because if it's north, there's no public sewer
Right.
as well. So you have to think
Right.
about the south end of the township, and you have Meadowbrook that's doing their, is
yeah,
it 40?
so I can speak with the planner and the
Yeah.
assessor and see if
Okay.
there's a better number.
I'm just thinking of about 60 condos that I'm aware of as well, so.
But
I
are they
mean,
in,
Right now, we're at 900 and, oh, that's
Yeah.
not tap-in, 51,000.
yeah,
Okay, I was just curious.
So if it kept par
I
with
mean-
this year, it would be approximately the same.
Okay,
Administration, contractual and professional, none at this time. I anticipate that our master plan for the sewer will be completed in the near future before the end of the year. Printing and publishing is for the bills as well as the postage. Moving on to page 38, you are seeing the contractual and professional services. And that would be for anything legal required, as well as, in this past year, it's been for the sewer master plan, as well as the Baker Tilly assessment of the service. Transfer to general fund, this is for the time to collect and process the sewer payments. The treatment plant, 563, treatment costs, you're saying 1.6 million, that is our payment to SCUMA, as well as for what we send their way, in addition to the construction project that's occurring at SCUMA currently to improve the facility. You will know under debt service, we do have a debt repayment in the amount of 550,000, that's for the bonds that we currently have out. Questions on the sewer fund?
So this total expenditures is less than the funds coming in on purpose,
Yes,
so we can put some into the fund balance
yes.
for all the things we wanna do. Okay.
All right, seeing and hearing no further questions, those in favor of the sewer estimated revenues and expenses, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, thank you. 39, last page, water. You'll see a water admin fee and interest, approximately $5,900. And then an appropriation to the general fund at approximately 600. I probably did the same thing here where I may have eliminated a line with a number. Those should match, so those will come back to you and they will match when you see it next time. And street lighting, this is generally the amount of special assessment and the, obviously, the assessor helps and actually administers that. for the streetlight districts, and then the streetlights, the bill, for the expenditure is the payment from the township to consumers.
And that one's got a significant fund balance too, as I recall.
Correct. Water does as well. Based on that, all those in favor of the street light revenues and expenditures, please say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Thank you. That is the conclusion of your 2025 budget.
Well done, team.
Except for 2 pages.
Hmm?
Except for 2 pages.
Yes, and we'll come back with some corrections. Thanks, Al.
All right, we gotta finish up this meeting before we move to the next one. There's no items for action. Public statement 2, this is limited to 3 minutes on any topic. Does anyone in the audience wish to share a public statement with the board?
I just have a question. Where's the revenue from the marijuana? We get, there's a tax that's charged, and then it's supposed to come back to the municipality where you have a marijuana dispensary, whatever they call them.
Correct. It's on page 1. It says marijuana tax, and it's right now it's estimated to be $59,086.35.
Then spent, how, it just goes into the general fund?
It goes into the general fund and is
Thank you.
used. Thanks, Judy.
Anybody else? Second to adjourn, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, we stand in recess.
I'm gonna write Al with a note.
All right, can we take like a 5-minute break here to use the restrooms, do what you need to do? Is that okay?
Yes, yes, yes.